Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The act of receiving. The manner in which something is greeted. She did not expect the cold reception she received from her superiors. A formal party of people, as after a wedding. American football. The act of catching a pass in football. The tight end made a great reception on the 20-yard line. Quality or fidelity of a received broadcast. Report the receipt of. The act of receiving. An acknowledgement, usually tangible, that payment has been made. Mark or stamp as paid. The speech act of continuing a conversational exchange. A bodily process occurring due to the effect of some antecedent stimulus or agent. His responses have slowed with age. The manner in which something is greeted. A statement, either spoken or written, that is made to reply to a question or request or criticism or accusation. A phrase recited or sung by the congregation following a versicle by the priest or minister. A result. This situation developed in response to events in Africa. The manner in which an electrical or mechanical device responds to an input signal or a range of input signals. The act of acquiring something. I envied his talent for acquiring. The act of acquiring something. He's much more interested in the getting than in the giving. Usually plural, an acknowledgement or expression of goodwill, especially on meeting. An act of honor or courteous recognition. Word of greeting used to begin a letter. Usually plural, an acknowledgement or expression of goodwill, especially on meeting. An organization to gain political power. In 1992, Perot tried to organize a third party at the national level. A band of people associated temporarily in some activity. They organized a party to search for food. A group of people gathered together for pleasure. She joined the party after dinner. An occasion on which people can assemble for social interaction and entertainment. He planned a party to celebrate Bastille Day. A person involved in legal proceedings. The party of the first part. Have or participate in a party. The students were partying all night before the exam. Move or strike with a noise. His arm was snapped forward. An informal photograph, usually made with a small handheld camera. My snapshots haven't been developed yet. Tender green beans without strings that easily snap into sections. The act of catching an object with the hands. The infielder's snap and throw was a single motion. Separate or cause to separate abruptly. The rope snapped. Cause to make a snapping sound. Snap your fingers. Lose control of one's emotions. When her baby died, she snapped. The tendency of a body to return to its original shape after it has been stretched or compressed. The waistband had lost its snap. Record on photographic film. She snapped a picture of the president. Break suddenly and abruptly, as under tension. The pipe snapped. A fastener used on clothing. Fastens with a snapping sound. Children can manage snaps better than buttons. A crisp round cookie flavored with ginger. Any undertaking that is easy to do. To grasp hastily or eagerly. Make a sharp sound. His fingers snapped. Utter in an angry, sharp, or abrupt tone. The sales clerk snapped a reply at the angry customer. A sudden sharp noise. He can hear the snap of a twig. American football. Putting the ball in play by passing it, between the legs, to a back. The quarterback fumbled the snap. A spell of cold weather. A cold snap in the middle of May. A sudden breaking. Bring the jaws together. He snapped indignantly. Close with a snapping motion. The lock snapped shut. Move with a snapping sound. Bullets snapped past us. Put in play with a snap. Snap a football. The act of snapping the fingers. Movement of a finger from the tip to the base of the thumb on the same hand. He gave his fingers a snap. The noise produced by the rapid movement of a finger from the tip to the base of the thumb on the same hand. Servants appeared at the snap of his fingers. A small fragment. Overheard snatches of their conversation. The act of catching an object with the hands. Martin's snatch at the bridle failed and the horse raced away. Law. The unlawful act of capturing and carrying away a person against their will and holding them in false imprisonment. To grasp hastily or eagerly. Before I could stop him, the dog snatched the ham bone. Take away to an undisclosed location against their will and usually in order to extract a ransom. Obscene terms for female genitals. A weight lift in which the barbell is lifted overhead in one rapid motion. To make grasping motions. The cat snatched at the butterflies. Reach with a blow or hit in a particular spot. Perceive with the senses quickly, suddenly, or momentarily. Ears open to catch every sound. Perceive by hearing. I didn't catch your name. The act of catching an object with the hands. Mays made the catch with his back to the plate. A drawback or difficulty that is not readily evident. It sounds good, but what's the catch? Suffer from the receipt of. She will catch hell for this behavior. See or watch. Take hold of so as to seize or restrain or stop the motion of. Hear, usually without the knowledge of the speakers. Succeed in catching or seizing, especially after a chase. Did you catch the thief? To hook or entangle. Apprehend and reproduce accurately. The quantity that was caught. The catch was only 10 fish. A restraint that checks the motion of something. Attract and fix. Capture as if by hunting, snaring, or trapping. Detect a blunder or misstep. The act of apprehending, especially apprehending a criminal. A person regarded as a good matrimonial prospect. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Catch up with and possibly overtake. Grasp with the mind or develop an understanding of. Did you catch that illusion? A break or check in the voice, usually a sign of strong emotion. A cooperative game in which a ball is passed back and forth. He played catch with his son in the backyard. A fastener that fastens or locks a door or window. Anything that is caught, especially if it is worth catching. He shared his catch with the others. Become aware of. Be struck or affected by. Catch fire. Be the catcher. Who is catching? Cause to become accidentally or suddenly caught, ensnared, or entangled. Check oneself during an action. She managed to catch herself before telling her boss what was on her mind. Contract. Did you catch a cold? Delay or hold up. Prevent from proceeding on schedule or as planned. Discover or come upon accidentally, suddenly, or unexpectedly. Catch somebody doing something or in a certain state. Get or regain something necessary, usually quickly or briefly. Catch one's breath. Reach in time. I have to catch a train at 7 o'clock. Spread or be communicated. The fashion did not catch. Start burning. Take in and retain. We have a big barrel to catch the rainwater. The act of catching an object with the hands. He made a grab for the ball before it landed. Take hold of so as to seize or restrain or stop the motion of. Capture the attention or imagination of. This story will grab you. Get hold of or seize quickly and easily. A mechanical device for gripping an object. Make a grasping or snatching motion with the hand. The passenger grabbed for the oxygen mask. Obtain illegally or unscrupulously. Take or grasp suddenly. She grabbed the child's hand and ran out of the room. A medium that disseminates via telecommunications. Taking part in a radio or TV program. A reception held in your own home. On the home team's field. They played at home last night. A reception for wedding guests held after the wedding. A formal reception of visitors or guests, as at a royal court. An embankment that is built in order to prevent a river from overflowing. A pier that provides a landing place on a river. A tropical evergreen shrub or small tree extensively cultivated in e.g. China and Japan and India. Source of tea leaves. Tea has fragrant white flowers. Dried leaves of the tea shrub, used to make tea. The store shelves held many different kinds of tea. A light mid-afternoon meal of tea and sandwiches or cakes. An Englishman would interrupt a war to have his afternoon tea. A beverage made by steeping tea leaves in water. Iced tea is a cooling drink. A reception or party at which tea is served. We met at the Dean's Tea for newcomers. The act of detecting something, catching sight of something. The perception that something has occurred or some state exists. Early detection can often lead to a cure. The detection that a signal is being received. A police investigation to determine the perpetrator. Detection is hard on the feet. Electronics. The reception of a signal by extracting it from the carrier wave. the detection that a signal is being received. A line of people, hosts and guests of honor, who welcome the guests at a reception party. A game played by two teams of 11 players on a rectangular field 100 yards long. Teams try to get possession of the ball and advance it across the opponent's goal line in a series of running or passing plays. A game played by two teams of 11 players on a rectangular field 100 yards long. Teams try to get possession of the ball and advance it across the opponent's goal line in a series of running or passing plays.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.